Good evening, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Mithilnimeshshah, your YouTube guide. And today, always I come up with something different, something which will help you, something which has helped me myself in my life. And I think that education is important. My YouTube channel is for education. But I also feel that education is important, but financial education is also important. So since many people had asked me, sir, how did you do it? How did you earned 70,000 to 80,000 per month as a BDS? So today I'm going to share this to you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. It is really something very precious that I'm giving away just like this. People tend to hide things. They do not open up their secrets, or they do not open up how to do things. Why? Because they do not want competition. And I am a kind of person who always like to push people ahead. So if you are a kind of person who wants to know, so please do like, subscribe to my channel, because this information will completely change your perspective towards BDS. Now, talking about BDS, so people say that the BDS are jobless. So in my previous video, I also told that BDS is not meant for doing jobs. Dentists are themselves an independent entity, and they are always meant to do and clinical. They have those clinical skills. You develop this clinical skills and you are supposed to work in a clinic. So when people say dentists are jobless, yes, the dentist might be jobless if you are trying to find a job. But a dentist, if he works independently in his clinic, he can earn more than 50,000, more than 1 lakh, more than 2 lakh rupees a month. But everything needs patience, and second is time. The more patience you have and the more time you have, you will earn. Okay. Now talking about how did I earned as a BDS. So it's really very simple. It's not a rocket science thing. It is not something different. See, I was also in just fresh passed out BDS, struggling to to find out how to earn money. And I started researching things, and I started doing things. And there were two things which I came across. One is the most common thing: you go to a clinic and do an locum is like low income. So I went to a clinic, and first of all what I did was, my personal experience I would like to share, that I went to a clinic and I started working in clinic just free of cost. So people said that too yeda hai. So I said, I'm not yeda bhai. It is in kind of investment that I'm putting it. The investment is time and returns is too high. How I will let you know. See, when I went into the clinic, generally clinicians do not allow you to do root canal treatments. They will give you 7,000 rupees, 10,000 per month, and they will never, 10,000 I took too much, and they will never ever let you do root canal treatments independently. Now why so? Well, they will never ever let you do the extractions yourself, like third molar extractions. Why so? Because it is their patient, it is their clinic, patients are coming on their name, and they will never like to put their name into risk just because of someone they do not trust. So I was really very lucky, and I'm really very thankful to my senior Dr. Aniket Chette, who trusted me, and he handed over me the entire clinic, though it was free of cost earlier. But I learned a lot. He supported me a lot, and I learned how to independently handle a clinic. This was my investment. What was my investment? Investment was time, and support was my senior. So when he supported me and guided me, I understood how to independently handle a clinic. And then I started working independently and independently handling clinics on percentage basis. So I stay in Mumbai. So basically, I am currently pursuing my orthodontics, and I was staying in Mumbai, like during the admission period, I was staying in Mumbai and I started working independently in the clinic, and I started handling on percentage basis. That is, if suppose I'll generate an income, I'll sit in evening and I'll sitting in evening and I'll generate an income of 30,000 rupees. I'll get 40% of it or 30% of it depending upon your contract. So 40% of 30,000 is 14,000 rupees. Okay, so getting 14,000 rupees just by sitting 3 hours, that too only 4 to 5 days a week, is, I think it's okay as an starter, as an fresher, don't you think? And secondly, I started doing a non-clinical job. So many people asked me, what is this non-clinical job? So there is something called as virtual scribing. Now virtual scribing is basically, there is a company in these metropolitan cities like Hyderabad, Mumbai, Pune. They hire doctors and dentists like us, and we scribe matlab kya, you listen to something and then you type it out. So a virtual scribe is someone who is listening in conversation. Now what is this conversation? This conversation is between a doctor and a patient. So it actually happens in US. So in US what happens now, it is not like India that a patient will come and go to this doctor, then if he doesn't like, he'll go to this doctor. But in US what happens, even if he does not like that doctor and he will go to some other doctor, there is something called as electronic health record. Now what is this electronic health record? Electronic health record is basically the medical kundali. Yes, the word kundali I would like to stress. It is a medical kundali of a patient. So patient is actually, when he goes to that doctor, in that day, what was his vitals, what was done, what tests were done, everything is recorded and it is in one place since his birth till the person dies. Okay, so this is how beautifully their medical thing is there, and everything. And this job is not simple. Whatever you will write will be that doctor's note. So if you write, suppose you are writing the doctor is prescribing propranolol to a patient, which is a beta blocker most commonly used in cardiac conditions, and if he tells 100 mg and by mistakenly you are typing 1000 mg, that is 1 gram, what happens is that doctor will get sued just because of you. He will lose his license. The patient might not get insurance and his medicines. So it is really a very critical job, and this job gives you money. In US, a doctor does not have that much time to write his notes. So there is where we come in. We as a doctors, we have that medical knowledge. We can read those CT scan images which are there over there, which a doctor is reading out, and he is telling what is the treatment plan. So basically there are certain things to be followed. There is training given. For the training they pay you. So I was in a company which is called as Inventurous Knowledge Solutions, and I'm really grateful to that company to hire me, and I have really experienced a lot. My boss was very supportive. He was really very helpful, and the entire environment of that corporate was really very good. So basically my earning in that company was 50,000 per month, out of which 6,000 rupees was my TDS. Obviously I cannot the income may vary from person to person, but we are not supposed to disclose the income. But now that I'm not an employee of the company, I can tell you, I can show you my pay slips, that I actually earned 42,500 per month I used to get in my hand, and 6,000 rupees were deducted into my PF, that is 48,500. Remaining, there were some insurances, there were some TDS tax deductions, after which some amount went over there, and this is how I had an entire package of 50,000. Plus I used to earn in clinics. So morning 7 o'clock I used to wake up. See, you will not get money easily, okay? You need to work hard. So morning I used to wake up and till 5 o'clock I used to work in the company, and from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock I used to work in the clinic. So working in a clinic gave me a good amount, handy amount of 14,000. Sometimes it could be more than that, and sometimes it could be less, like the lowest was 7,500, 8,000 rupees. So this is how I earned. So if we take 50 plus 14, 15, 18, so it is almost 68. And the third source of income, see, never rely on one source of income, always have your different source of incomes. And my third source of income, which I have a lot of interest in, and it is my hobby basically, is stock market, trading in stock market. So I started trading, and you can also see my today's trade, that I have earned some amount of money. Like I can earn, someday I can lose also. See, the reality of stock market is that trading is that you will lose money, and if you have proper knowledge you can gain a lot of money. So I have a passive income. Like sometimes if I trade, I get 4,500 rupees, sometimes I get 1,000 rupees, sometimes I get 2,000 rupees, sometimes I lose 3,000. See, it is not important to lose, but it is important to overall be in profit. So through stock market I started earning 10,000, 15,000 again in a month. And this is how my journey started, and this is how I started earning 70,000, 80,000 rupees per month. I started investing, I started trading, I started working in a clinic. Simultaneously I started I started doing the job in the morning. Simultaneously, when I was free, whenever I was free, I came to you and I started speaking to you guys on YouTube, because you are my family and you have a complete right to know, and each and every guy deserves to earn for his family. Hope you guys have liked this video. If you guys have liked this video, and if you want to know like what actually this is and what more is there in virtual scribing job, so this I will make a separate video for that. Please do comment in the comment section if you would like to know more. And also one more thing I would like to give a golden point. Some people say that I do not know how to do it and how will I do it. So my first book, which which encouraged me and which changed the complete mindset of me towards money, towards spending money, towards investment, towards what is income, what are liabilities, what is current tax and all this, all things, and it completely changed my life. And that one book is Rich Dad Poor Dad. It is really a very beautiful book. I would really recommend it to all my brothers, all my sisters watching this video, all my family members, to please read this book. It is really very beautiful book. It will change your scenario towards money. And lastly, again I would like to tell you, education is important, but financial education is very important. So please keep this thing in mind. Dr. Mithil Shah signing off. Thank you so much guys.